Back everyone to the Class B Girls Basketball Championship. Esmond-Maddock holds an exciting 3-point lead over Braddock, 30-27 at the half. Right now we're being entertained by the Jim Dandy's Acro team of Minot right here, and Steve Carver, their director, is standing by with Jim Olson.
Thanks, Roger Degerman, and Steve Carver is here with me. Let's just kind of establish what's going on here. We have the Jim Dandy's Acro team that is out in front of us right now. And Steve, tell me a little bit about the Jim Dandies. Your season is just starting.
Yeah, this is our first show of this year's season, and we're really excited about being here. It always seems to be a real good tournament to do. We have a little bit of a break after this before we get into the January sessions where we'll work our way into March.
Well, tell me a little bit about what we see out here right now.
Well, this is our opening act here. The gymnasts are right here. We're doing some back handspring backflips. This is our four-way mini.
And they're supposed to do everything just at the same time, just like that, huh?
Yeah, this is the shadow mini tramp. We're working for the precision.
Yep.
Sometimes they hit it real well. Other times it's not as good as you'd like to see it.
Let's say most times they hit it real well. Not too often you see them miss it.
The gymnasts really enjoy doing these half times. They seem to pick up on the crowd real well. And it's really a lot of fun to be a part of this tournament.
The Jim Dandy's Acro team has been around for how long, Steve?
We're going into our 9th season right now, and we're getting ready to get into what we call our shadow mini tramp right now.
Okay, let's pick that up as we have 4 mini tramps set up all across, and we'll pick up what they're going to do.
We'll start out and do 2 buys. Then we bring it down with all 4. These are our dive rolls.
The music really adds a lot to it, to the show, too.
I believe so, Jim, yes. The gymnasts are very involved in picking their music. They work with Mike Kramer, who's the sound technician, and it really does have a lot to do with it.
Getting a half twist on these now?
Yeah, that's our front flip with a half twist. These we call Rudy's. Front flip with a 1.5 twist. We have one athlete that was on the state championship swimming and diving team. Leisha Burnson had to hurry back from Bismarck.
She made it?
She made it.
And congratulations to the Minot swim team, too, their 10th straight state title. Let's get back to the gymnastics that we see right now. The Jim Dandies, a lot of these girls are involved in other activities, other sports. You mentioned the swimming.
Yes, we have some that are in swimming and diving. We've had some that are in basketball. And, of course, the majority of the gymnasts are younger, so they're involved in their elementary schools and their junior high schools with various programs. We find that they learn to budget their time quite well, Jim.
What is the age range of the girls we're looking at right now?
Well, the youngest we have out there right now is 8 years old, and it goes up to 16.
Okay. And now what?
This is shadow tumbling.
So each pair is supposed to be doing what the other one's doing?
Each pair should shadow the other one. They're warming up for some optional tumbling that'll be coming a little bit later.
The part that really gets the crowd going is when you've got girls going in the air all the different directions and everything. We're going to have that coming up, too?
Yeah, that's coming up shortly here.
I don't want to jump the gun, but...
Yes, we're going to get into the mini tramp acro portion of the show. Here we start out by showing the very basics of handsprings. These athletes just don't come out and walk into the gym and do this. They go through a series of progressions, lead-ups, and they've done this a number of times. So even though it may look difficult, they've had a lot of work at it.
This is your first show of the year. How long have you been working on getting these girls ready?
We started again the first week in September, and they practiced 2 hours on Monday night. We had our premiere showing last week at Magic City Campus, which is a show that we put on for just our parents. So this is the second show out in front of the public.
How high is this pyramid going to get here? How high do they have to jump to get over this right now?
Well, they're right now at about 8 feet.
And just clearing it. Nice job. Everybody seems to have a job to do out here. Not only do they have to tumble, they have to carry things around, huh?
Yeah, all the equipment is moved by the athletes themselves, so they have a place to be pretty much all the time. We have chats about it every now and then, and I think I'm the nervous one of the whole bunch.
We see what, just a chance for the girls to show off some things that they've been working on here.
These are handstand pirouettes.
Okay.
That's Becky Giesinger. We don't really know how many she does. She's done anywhere from 8 to 12. Depends on how good she feels.
Yep.
Now we're going over to the far mat, and we're going to pick up some optional tumbling.
Coming down the runway, yeah.
That's Becky Bader. Some back flips now. Becky Giesinger is coming down, showing the front flip and the back flip together. This is Kim Svem. She's an 11-year-old.
11 years old, huh?
And Lori Leonard, Minot High gymnast. Terry Lynn Zimbelman, Minot High gymnast. Then we'll bring Tasha Greer, Jennifer Blomsel Shadow. And that's a full twisting back.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is the final mini tramp. We try to close it up. It can get a little exciting. I think this is the one the girls enjoy the most.
I think this is the one the crowd enjoys the most. This is when a few people start to stand up and watch.
These are the just dive rolls over. They'll go back and make one more pass with the front flip. And then at the end, we bring all four directions together at the same time. Now we send our twos. Now we'll send them all over at the same time.
And you hear the crowd. Up in the dome.
Well, these athletes really appreciate that, Jim. They're really exciting to work with, and we're just very happy to be a part of this tournament.
Good job, Steve Carver.
Thank you.
Steve Carver from the Jim Dandies Training Center. Another good performance by the Jim Dandies Acro team. And Roger, you're not doing bad yourself.
Well, I tell you what, I couldn't compare to what that Acro team, that's for sure to be certain at this point in the ball game. Esmond-Maddock leads Braddock 30-27. I told you, Jim, I'm not doing nearly as well. Anyway, we'll be back with the halftime stats after this timeout.
The North Dakota State Girls Class B basketball tournament on the KX Network is brought to you by your Dakota Northland Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by your full-service North Dakota banks, your best financial resource.
Helping fuel the nation's economy is a long tradition in North Dakota. Today, we're putting our resources to work like never before. And one group of people who help keep this state moving are the bankers in your hometown. But that's no surprise. They live and work for the same things you do. And theirs is a commitment that's not about to end. North Dakota's bankers, sharing the work, sharing the pride.
United Printing of Bismarck, Mandan finishes first every time. First in service, first in quality, and first in value. All work is guaranteed at United Printing, and their low prices beat all competitors. Contact United Printing in their new location at 117 West Front in Bismarck or 1710 East Main in Mandan. United Printing will give you an estimate just by calling, or let one of their professionals stop by. You're first with United.
There is a higher intelligence coming to share a wealth of knowledge and powers Follow your instincts and welcome them. They are known as Minolta Zoom copiers. They transform complex functions into child's play and have remarkable endurance. Bring higher intelligence to your office with Minolta Zoom copiers, only from the mind of Minolta.
Esmond-Maddock leads our championship game in Class B girls basketball by 3 points, 30-27. We've got an exciting 16 minutes waiting for you, but let's take a look at the halftime stats. The Bobcats, 50% from the field, not bad at all. 13 of 26, 1 of 3 of the line, 33% there. Rebounds 19, and they've committed 9 turnovers. The Esmond-Maddock Eagles, 14 of 36 from the field. They're getting a lot of shots up anyway, 39%, just 1 free throw, and they made it 17 rebounds, and they've committed just 3 turnovers. So a very clean game. Braddock Bobcats are led by Nadine Schmidt, as you might expect, with 9 points, and Tammy Svalin has 4. Keller Hager and Pravatsky also have 4 points, and Molk has 2. For the Esmond-Maddock Eagles, what else is new? Colette Sean with 9 points, Wanda Schwab with 8, Lear and Ziegler with 4, and Allen, and then the other 2 Lears with 2 and 0 respectively. Let's go to Greg Stein right now.
Thanks, Roger. And with me right now, a gentleman no stranger to the Esmond-Maddock team, former Esmond High girls basketball coach Gary Schauer, now coach of Bismarck High. Gary, I know I've seen you across the court. You're sitting on pins and needles. The team has progressed well in the 2 years you've been gone.
They've done an excellent job. Larry Clark has just done a wonderful job because it's a tough situation to come in and fill in for a coach that's been pretty successful. And this year he had to piece together some girls from Maddock and piece it together, and he's done an excellent job with it so far.
Any style change at all when you were coaching Esmond-Maddock to Larry Clark right now?
Not drastically. They still play man-to-man defense. They still play pressure, and they still like to run, and they still work hard. So their style is pretty much the same as it was when I left.
One final question, Coach. How do you rate Braddock right now? What kind of team they are?
It's an excellent ball club. Nadine Schmidt is as good as any. And she goes either hand very well, goes to the hoop hard, so they're a good ball club, and Esmond's having their hands full.
Gary, thanks a lot. Good luck next year at Bismarck High.
Thank you much.
Coach Gary Schauer, coach of Bismarck High girls basketball team. We'll send it back to Roger Dagerman.
Okay, thank you very much, Greg Stein. You may have seen the wave getting going here for the second half. We've got 16 minutes to go in girls Class B basketball for 1987. So let's go to my favorite 2 guys, Jim Olson and Tom Coyne.
Okay, thank you very much, Raj. I think the numbers to look at, Jim, in that first half particularly, Braddock 13 of 26, which isn't bad field goal shooting, but Esmond 14 of 36, so they took 10 more shots.
If you can get 10 more shots than the other team every half, you're going to do awfully well. And Esmond-Maddock had a good second quarter. They started out trailing 17-13. That dropped to even a more large lead a little bit later on in the second quarter, but they came back nicely, and they have a 3-point lead in the ball as we start the second half. And bringing it to the front court quickly is Michelle Lear. Michelle Lear on the side for Beth Erickson. Erickson to the baseline, back out for Lear. Michelle Lear. Nice move inside, and didn't quite use the glass, and it bounces off no good. Nadine Schmidt finds Tammy Svalin. This is another layup opportunity. She missed again. She made a couple and missed a couple in the first half. That time got a little too far under the bucket. Wanda Schwab now will try the 3-pointer. It bounces off the front of the iron. The rebound put up by Colette Sean, or excuse me, by Renelle Lear, and she has 4 points on the game. By the way, in that first half, Wanda Schwab with 8, Colette Sean with 9 for Esmond-Maddock. Now the other way, coming in and on the foul, the blocking foul will go against Colette Sean, and that's her 3rd personal. She's leading her team with 9 points. She's also leading her team with 3 personal fouls.
Again, there was an example of Nadine Schmidt's quickness. She whipped that pass cross court.
Pravatsky, excuse me, to throw it in. Throws it way down court, trying to catch up with it. And we have the 5-second call going against Braddock there, as the ball was not touched within the 5 seconds of being handed to the player, so it will go over to Esmond-Maddock.
I think she
Where was that ball going?
Svalin to be out there, and she was nowhere near it.
And couldn't run it down before the 5 seconds had expired, and so Michelle Lear will start it off for Esmond-Maddock. They're up by 5 now. Inside to Wanda Schwab. A nice move underneath the attempted block of Nadine Schmidt, but it rolled off no good. Barb Keller got the rebound and brings it to the front court, hands it off, tries to hand it off, and she has her pocket picked by Wanda Schwab. She'll go in against Schmidt and lays it up too far and knocks it out of bounds herself, and so it will go over to Braddock. That time Wanda Schwab maybe just overreacting a little bit, thinking that she had to lay it up pretty strong off the glass, and it just got too much on it.
And that was our first real good look at the two stars going head-to-head.
Cross-court pass as Braddock gets it into the front court. Tammy Swalene into the corner. Moving up there was Keller. She was bumped along the way, and now we have a tie-up, and the ball stays in the hands of Braddock as they have it on the alternating possessions. 32-27, Esmond-Maddock leading. We're about a minute 15 into this third quarter of the championship game for Class B girls. Throwing it in will be Pravatsky. She fakes it off to Schmidt, gives it now out to Swalene in the three-point lane. Now back inside to Schmidt. She rolls it around, no good, and pulling down the rebound is Wanda Schwab. Schwab's pass intercepted by Nadine Schmidt. She regains possession. That's right. And she showed her quickness there, too. She bounced it off her foot and still was able to get it back, and again recovers. Now dumps it off inside to Keller. Looked like maybe she walked. Nope, she got fouled, okay. The foul will go against Esmond-Maddock, and it will be called against Beth Erickson, her first personal.
All right, we'll take a look at this one more time. There's the pass inside. Keller makes the move. Couldn't get much of a shot out of it, but obviously that's why.
Got a little push from behind. No wonder she traveled, huh? 6.5 to go in the third. 32-27 Esmond-Maddock. But Barb Keller at the free throw line for the first time will try to cut into the lead, and she makes the first one. Keller averaging 12 points a game and 7 rebounds. She's 5 feet 10 inches, equaling the height of Nadine Schmidt. Throws up the second. She stands a little ways behind the line, about 4 or 5 inches behind the line. She rattled that one down as well, and she's got 6. And it's now a 3-point lead for Esmond-Maddock. To the front court, Beth Erickson over for Renelle Lear to Michelle Lear. On the side for Colette Sean. Sean into the lane, puts it up. Oh, rolled off, no good. Pulling down the rebound, another one for Barb Keller.
And the Bobcats very content to stay in that zone defense. It's working well for them, particularly when Esmond isn't shooting well.
And the Bobcats bring it front court in the hands of Swalene. She goes inside. Over there with the ball is Keller. Keller will hand it back outside, three-point area out there for Nadine Schmidt. Now back to Swalene. Into Schmidt. Turning around, nice dump off inside to Keller, and the call is a foul before the shot, I believe.
And there's another example of how Schmidt makes this whole basketball team much better. She set that play up. Even though they weren't able to convert it, the Bobcats with another scoring opportunity.
Before the shot, so the ball is out of bounds inside to Nadine Schmidt. She'll lay that one in. She's not going to miss that one. And she's got 11. I had her with 11 in the first half, but officially she had 9, so give her 11 now. And now on the baseline, trying to get the shot away was Michelle Lear. Passed it off to Beth Erickson to Renelle Lear. Now all the way around the horn, back to Michelle Lear again. Now it's in the hands of Colette Shaw. Now it's in Lear's hands. She tosses it up from the shoulder. And she's got it. And so Michelle Lear has 6 points. Full court pressure by Esmond-Maddock, although not too effective, and bringing it across easily. Tammy Swalene now with the ball. 5.5 to go in the third. It's a 3-point Esmond-Maddock lead. Here's Schmidt dumping it off to Keller. Keller with a short baseline. Rolls it in there. She's got 8. Nice balanced scoring here for Braddock. The double dribble and the turnover against Esmond-Maddock. And so we have a 1-point lead for the Eagles, and the Bobcats will get the ball with a chance to take the lead for the first time since about halfway through the second quarter. Nadine Schmidt working down there against Renelle Lear, who played her pretty well. She's a sophomore, Renelle Lear is. Here is Nadine Schmidt again. Renelle Lear picks her up. Getting a little, well, not getting any help on the baseline. Schmidt's shot rolls around, comes off no good. And it comes out in the hands of Colette Shaw, who leads the 2-on-2. Gets around Schmidt, brings it up and off the glass. She was fouled. It'll count, and she'll go to the line.
Oh, that's a big, big bucket. I think we're probably going to look at that one more time. Let's take a look at this. Now, the Eagles, again, seem to like the up-tempo a little bit more than Braddock. They get off and running, and she makes the nice move to the bucket and draws the foul.
And the foul will go against Tammy Swalene, number 3. So 1 player for each team with 3 fouls. Colette Shaw, who is at the line, has 3 personals and 11 points. And misses the first free throw, or the only free throw, but they get the rebound back. As that time Michelle Lear chased it down, and she's got the ball right now. 36-33, 3-point lead for Esmond-Maddock. Left-hand side, now back out to the top to Michelle Lear. She'll try it from about 15. It rolls off no good. Schmidt pulls it down, and Nadine leads the breakup, trying to pass it ahead for Swalene. It was tipped out of bounds. Good defense by Colette Shaw, and gives her teammates a chance to get down and set up their half-court defense. 4.5 minutes to go in the third period. It's 36-33. Esmond-Maddock, TV timeout.
1987 Motor Trend Car of the Year. The world's best-selling car. America's design leader. These cars have one thing in common. They're built by a single car company that's anything but common. Ford.
Winning the world over. You're winning. Have you been behind the wheel? Winning the world over.
See your Northland Ford dealer today.
Come on, everybody, do that kick. Health kick, milk's that kick. Working out or kicking back, enjoying the view. Milk's calcium and vitamins keep working for you. Kick, 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 milk. It's the high country way, drinking milk every day. America's favorite health kick, milk.
There you see the story. Esmond-Maddock with a 3-point lead, but Braddock has been slicing away at it in this third quarter, Jim.
Well, they've been holding their own, still down by 3, 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And Braddock has the ball, and Nadine Pravotsky doing the job she usually does, throwing the ball in, and gets it to Barb Keller. A big target out there, and Barb able to pull it down out of the sky. Speaking of out of the sky, one bombs in from Tammy Swalene. It bounces around. Rebound by Pravotsky. She's got 6.
That's her average, and that was a big bucket. They're back within 1.
Quickly to the front court we go, and with the ball in the front court area, Michelle Lear swinging it around to Wanda Schwab. She'll try it from 16 and bounces it in. She's got 10. About halfway to her season average per game. Here is Swalene, who tried that 22-footer just a couple of minutes ago, or a couple of seconds ago, I guess. She gets it over to Schmidt on the side. Nadine Schmidt will go across to Pravotsky. Pravotsky gives it off there into the hands of Hager. Back out top to Swalene. Swalene looks like she's being picked up now by Michelle Lear. Now they go inside to Pravotsky. She'll try it and bounces off no good. The rebound is hauled down and falling down. That time tripping was Colette Sean, but the ball, fortunately for them, bounced into the hands of Beth Erickson. And she hands it off to Renelle Lear, who gives it over for Michelle Lear. Now there is Schwab. Finds it on the right side for Sean. Gives it back out to Lear. Michelle Lear back to Colette Sean from the baseline. Inside now. Nice move in there. Nice block in there by Schmidt for the rebound. And we'll see if they're going to count it. No bucket. No bucket. The foul came before the basket. And the foul is against Barb Keller, I believe. We'll wait until the official makes the official call, which would be a good thing for an official to do, I guess. It is against Keller, and that's her first.
There's a nice little spin move there by Wanda Schwab.
Yep.
She maintained her patience and showed a lot of concentration getting the ball back.
Good look at Wanda there as she threw the ball in. They swing it around quickly, and the long-range shot from Sean rattles in. Colette Sean now has 13 on the game, leading her team in scoring. 40-35, Esmond leads by a nickel. Quickly to the front court. Nadine Schmidt pulls it up, and they'll try to set up the half-court offense. Giving it off there to Tammy Swalene. Inside to Keller. Keller with a neat move. Gets it to roll in, and she has 10 points. Put her in double figures for the game. Nice move. Now down the other way for Esmond-Maddock. Cross-court pass is attempted and saved by Sean. Gets it off now for Renelle Lear. She's the 10th grader. Back for Sean. Back to the sophomore. Back for Sean. Back to the sophomore. Quit that, will you? Okay. There it goes. Back to Sean again, about 18 feet. It rolls off no good. The rebound is hauled down by the Bobcats. They get it off to Nadine Schmidt after it was pulled down out of there by Sherry Hager. Schmidt has it stripped from behind by Wanda Schwab. She came streaking down from behind and stripped her of the ball.
Yeah, there's just one more good quality. She's got the quickness. And
Colette Sean dishes off on the side. Nice shot on the jump shot there by Tammy Ziegler. She's got 6. And it's now a 5-point lead again for Esmond-Maddock. 2 minutes to go in the third. Here comes Nadine Schmidt. Now they trailed by 6, did Braddock last night with like a minute to go in the game. They hit a couple of 3-pointers and they got it into overtime. And of course they won it in 3 OTs, beating Watford City last night. There's a jump ball call. It'll go over to Esmond-Maddock.
Braddock's been a real streaky ball club. You recall the first game, they got behind early. In fact, it was 30-17 at halftime to the Saints and rallied. And then last night, they had a big lead, blew it, and then came back. So they can score points in a hurry.
Michelle Lear operates the offense for Esmond-Maddock. Sends it down in the corner to Colette Sean. There is Renelle Lear. Back to Sean. Over to Michelle Lear. To Renelle. To Sean. 16-footer short. She gets her own rebound. Pulls it back out to Renelle Lear with a short 8-footer. She's got it. Renelle Lear
just continues to say, hey, take the 15-footer if you can make it, and they're starting to make them now.
And it's a 7-point lead now. Braddock now getting in front court with the ball with Barb Keller, and she was fouled by Renelle Lear. That's her second personal foul. Fourth team foul, so in the bonus now is Braddock after this one. 1:23 to go in the third. Standing right in front of us, ready to throw it in is Barb Keller, and she gets it off there to Nadine Schmidt. Nadine has been quiet in the second half, just 2 points, 11 on the game. See if she starts to operate a little more aggressively now here in the last minute of this third quarter. Swalene will lob it inside. Nice pass. Oh, unable to control it. That time underneath was Shelley Mock, and she had to just save it, and it ends up in Esmond-Maddock's hands, and they'll bring it to the front court. Doing the honors, Renelle Lear. She says play number 1. Or perhaps we'll go for 1. There's a minute to go in the third. They lead by 7, 44-37. And, of course, the defense, when they're trailing, will have to come out and initiate the play, and they do it right away.
And I can't help but wonder, Jim, how long they're going to want to stay with this zone defense. You know, if the margin becomes 9 points, I think Braddock has a real problem. They may have to come out of it. We'll find out in the fourth quarter, because obviously they're going to run this clock down. Down
to 35. You saw a good look that time. Looking up at the clock there was Becky Allen. Now they go inside. They'll probably pop it back out again. Still 30. No, Wanda Schwab brings it in. Oh, did not get it to roll in. The rebound is up off the bottom of the backboard. Now 20 seconds to go, and the Bobcats have a chance to cut it to 5. Front court quickly with it. But Swalene, she bobbled it off of her foot, and we'll see what the call is. The official...
I think it's white ball. I think it was out of bounds. She stepped on the line over there.
Okay, Swalene, I thought bounced it off her foot. Maybe she bounced it off the person who was guarding her, Renelle Lear. Pass comes into Nadine Schmidt. There is 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. 44-37, Esmond-Maddock. They'll set up the play now. Nadine with it, had it stripped away. Nice quick hands that time by Renelle Lear, the sophomore. 5 seconds to go. The ball comes to the front court. Doesn't look like anybody's going to get a shot off, and they do not. 44-37. It's now a 7-point lead for the Eagles. We have 8 minutes to go in the Class B championship game. Stick around.